There's a phrase we often use, what's known as out of the frying pan and into the motherfucking fire, right? It means like, you get out of a fucking bad situation only to find yourself in a fucking worse one. And this often happens when you go chasing money. All of us have at one point probably changed jobs because we thought the grass was going to be greener. Or we all changed bitches because we thought, the new bitch was going to be better. Right? And you end up in a position where you're just standing here going like, man, this is fucking worse than what the fuck it was before. Like, real shit. Like, I'm in a way worse position. And that's kind of where Joe Rogan's at the fucking moment. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, and I apologize for the background noise. Fucking this goddamn dryer is fucking bananas. Joe Rogan jumped shit from YouTube, which has these just dog shit censors. Like, oh my god, their shit is fucking retarded. Like, even sports channels. Like, I have the dude, he runs a channel called Urinating Tree. He just said one of his videos got taken down for malicious content or some bullshit like that. And legit, there was no reason to take his fucking video down at all. I mean, I ain't watching his shit right now because I'm not supporting the NFL or any of its fucking bullshit. Until they stop this social justice nonsense. But, it just goes to show you, like, Boxing Legends TV had the same goddamn problem. All these fucking places, all these channels, and they're much bigger than me. They have these giant fucking issues with censorship on their fucking videos. And they get their channel striked and blocked, and then they get their fucking monetization taken away. And when you get to the point where, like, all right, man, I can live off of this YouTube money, what happens when you actually make that jump and go, I'm going to be a YouTuber, and, like, all of a sudden they go, oh, man, your content is, not suitable for our platform anymore because they changed the fucking rules. Well, welcome to Joe Rogan's motherfucking world at the moment. Spotify employees demand direct editorial oversight over Joe Rogan podcast before they're published. A group of Spotify staffers are now reportedly pushing to introduce direct editing oversight over the Joe Rogan experience. Before the episodes go live, that includes content flags, trigger warnings, references to fact-checked information, or simply refusing to publish an episode at all. Demands follow a string of controversial comments by Joe Rogan, who was lured to Spotify in a massive $100 million deal. Rogan's appeal to millions of listeners is his unfiltered and irreverent approach, though that style isn't sitting well with an activist group of Spotify staffers who says he needs to be reined in. Now, if I was a CEO of Spotify, I would fire every last one of these pieces of shit. Just to start with. Legit, I would like, wait a minute. We're running a fucking podcast audio fucking compilation center, right? We're running a platform where individuals are having their ideas heard, and you people want to censor motherfuckers. Like, legit. Are you fucking kidding me with this nonsense? Like, wow. Like, I would fire the shit out of them. Like, real shit. I would just fire all of them. Like, fuck them. We're not, like, I would not welcome fucking fascists at my motherfucking company. Like, real talk. Early this month, Digital Music News first reported that multiple podcast episodes were missing, following a migration to Spotify's platform. That included controversial interviews with the likes of Alex Jones, Milo Yiannopoulos, and Gavin McInnes. Also missing are episodes featuring right-wing features like Owen Benjamin, Stefan Molyneux, and Charles C. Johnson. But despite glaring omissions, Spotify staffers are now stepping up their demands to control more of Rogan's content. Vice first reported that Spotify employees have conducted more than 10 meetings to discuss possible changes. Those discussions include proposals for the outright removal of additional podcast episodes. A particular focus in earlier conversation featuring author Abigail Shrier, who wrote Irreversible Damage, the transgender craze seducing our daughters. Shrier's opinions on the matter drew howls of protest from certain Spotify staffers who demanded its removal, though the episode is still available on the Spotify platform. Like, legit, man. I don't understand y'all. I don't fucking get your mentality. I remotely do. Like, if somebody said something about me, right? Legit. If somebody sat here and said some shit about, me on that level, that had to pertain with something that, I defined myself as, I would, probably lose my shit too. But it's a damn good thing that I don't define myself as things other than a guinea. You know what I mean? And even then, motherfuckers will rip on you sometimes, but everybody knows the fucking deal. It's just part of who the fuck you are. Now, Digital News has learned a protesting employee group is stepping up its demand to control Rogan's work. Part of the rationale is that Spotify already exerts control over content like playlists, even those created by outside curators. So why not extend that oversight to podcasts as well? This has reportedly gone... Oh, come on, man. Stop being ridiculous. Hey, come on, man. Go back up. This has reportedly gone all the way to the top, though Spotify CEO Daniel Ek appears to be pushing back. From a business standpoint, the reason is fairly obvious. Rogan's audience likes his direct, unedited style and could quickly abandon a comedian podcaster if he's edited. That might explain why Schreer's podcast is still alive, though a strange development emerged earlier today. In a completely uncharacteristic fashion, Joe Rogan issued a public apology for comments made during his recent interview with Douglas Murray. In the episode, Rogan alleged that left-wing activists had intentionally set wildfires in states like Oregon, a claim refuted by the FBI and other officials. Right. Hang on, let me get rid of this stupid fucking thing right here. All right. I actually love Portland. It's one of my favorite places to perform, Rogan said. Most of the people there are very nice, but there's a madness going on there. If you want to talk about the madness of the crowd that exemplifies that right now, they've arrested people for lighting forest fires up there. They've arrested left-wing people for lighting these forest fires. Air quote, activists. This stuff isn't widely being reported. All right, let me say this, right? Hang on one second. I think it's important, legit, that, we understand the entirety of that conversation, okay? Because half the reason why he's putting in a retraction is because the FBI came out and said that's not true, right? And I also want to say that this is nonsense, right? Hang on, we'll get, I'm gonna get the whole way through this on the video because I want to go over that. I got I got an article about that too. Earlier today, Rogan issued a mea culpa. I need to make an apology and a retraction. Right? Rogan said on Instagram, I said something in the podcast with Douglas Murray about people getting arrested for lighting fires. I got duped, and I got duped. It's wrong. Whether the apology was made under pressure from Spotify is unclear, though Spotify stars want to edit comments like that before they get published. That would include simply cutting this section out or issuing... Oh, man. Of course, that level of oversight would create a serious rift between Rogan and Spotify. Beyond that, it could constitute a breach of contract that would give Rogan an exit from the deal after delivering a handful of episodes. Either way, this marriage looks troubled just days after the honeymoon. More as this develops. So, now, with that being said, right, I want to stand here and show you like exactly what's going on with where this story came from, right? It's kind of important that we understand like the entire story in its whole thing. All right, so before Clackamas County Sheriff's deputy spread unfounded Antifa wildfire rumors, a supervisor did in a public meeting, right? 2 days before the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office announced a deputy was on administrative leave after suggested anti-fascists started wildfires in the area, a captain with the agency told county commissioners a similar story in a public meeting. Law enforcement, including Clackamas County Sheriff Craig Roberts, have tried to bat down unfounded rumors of coordinated arson plans and widespread looting in evacuated areas, saying there was no evidence to back them up. Sheriff's offices across the state, along with the FBI, have roundly debunked the claims. Now, first off, I don't trust the FBI at all. In any way, shape, or form. I don't give a fuck what the FBI says. From now on, legit, like, it's suspect. Everything it says is suspect. If they said that, there might have actually been Antifa. Like, real shit. You know what I mean? Because, like, the FBI is that fucking compromised. But it's apparent that some of the rumors got a boost from the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office. During an emergency county meeting Thursday to discuss Clackamas County Sheriff's discuss implementing a curfew, Captain Jeff Smith told the County Board of Commissioners that the Sheriff's Office had reliable sightings and reports of Antifa affiliates in the Estacada area with chainsaws. He said they plan to cut down power poles in hopes of sparking new fires. He also said authorities were receiving reports that people were hiding full gas cans all over the county to later ignite. So these are important things, right? Legit, that, like, we're not really talking about. And if he knows this, if he said this, right? Maybe it's something that they actually heard, right? And let's really have that conversation. During a news conference on Sunday, Roberts highlighted a similar story as an example of an unfounded report. A 911 caller reported a suspicious truck hauling containers of gasoline, but it turned out the driver was just delivering gas to people in the area who have generators to keep their power on. There's just a lot of misinformation about folks trying to set fires, the sheriff said. I want to reassure everybody that we are on this, and you'll see anything suspicious, I encourage you to call us. The Sheriff's County didn't respond to an inquiry Sunday and Monday about Smith's comments to the county commissioners on Thursday. During a news conference later Monday, Roberts said the information Smith provided about extremist groups had been discredited. Okay, so here's my problem with this, right? Legit, if he's giving you reports about what they know right now, right? And it's not so much that, like, he's giving you false reports. He's just telling you what's going on and what they're hearing, right? Because it's important that, these local agencies during a time of, like, mass problems, that they interact properly, right? That's an important thing when it comes down to it. So the reality is that these people all have to work together. And so if there's motherfuckers out here lighting fires, it's something that, they should fucking know. I want to clarify for the record that one of our captains indicated the source, stating Antifa was involved in possible criminal activity, the sheriff said. That source has since determined to be false. Okay. They said they went through, investigated, and they didn't find nothing. Maybe they did, right? He said no one arrested thus far in the evacuation areas have been associated with any groups, and that detectives, along with members of the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, have been checking each person arrested for ties to extremist groups. Legit, man, I don't trust the FBI. I just don't anymore. Like, it'd be different. If, like, y'all motherfuckers, legit just didn't try to, like, fucking cause a coup. You know what I mean? Like, 2 or 3 years ago. Like, but you have no standing at all. I believe nothing the FBI says at this point. County Chair Jim Bernard said Monday that Smith has been the only person he's heard from directly lending credibility to coordinated arson claims. Bernard said he still hasn't heard any confirmed reports of Antifa or any other groups that have organized and set fires as of Monday. Well, they're not going to be organized, and that's kind of the issue. So I don't know. Have you heard of anyone lighting fires? Maybe that's something, like, you should answer, right? Because I haven't heard anybody say we haven't heard anyone lighting fires at all, right? Maybe people have been lighting fires, and you go, oh, man, they're just not Antifa. Like, maybe they are. You just don't fucking know it. I don't know. I'm not fucking there. But I don't see any real reason to light a goddamn fire in general, but whatever. Like, it's because, I don't know, I respect the woods and the people who live in it. I was shocked and still shocked that a sheriff's officer in uniform in a public meeting would suggest otherwise, Bernard said frankly. I think he should be disciplined for it. What? What? Are you fucking serious? Like, legit, he's giving you reports of shit that he's hearing. That's his job, right? Like, yo, that's his fucking job. He said, we don't need outside forces in our community scaring people, and we certainly don't need sheriff's deputies scaring people. I feel like you're just upset that he said it's your fucking people causing the problem. Roberts said Sunday during Sunday's news conference that the majority of around 330 emergency calls as agencies have received recently to suspicious activities in evacuations areas have been unfounded. The majority, but some of them have been founded. That's the problem. Roberts also said that he's concerned that the armed residents have been patrolling the county and detaining people at gunpoint, spurred on by rumors of looting and arson. He urged people to call 911 instead. He said deputies could start arresting people who continue to illegally detain others. Bernard said that he's afraid residents returning for property or good Samaritans hoping to help could end up getting shot. Yeah, I feel where you are. Legit, I feel where you are. I think it's scary that people out here with guns who think they had the right to experience to protect certain areas of the county when it's illegal to do that. I don't think it's scary at all. I think it's fucking completely right. Because, like, if it's your fucking land, you have the right to protect it, right? And if it's your community, you have the right to protect it. That's fucking dumb. Yo, see, somebody needs to smack taste out these motherfuckers' mouths and understand, like, yo, look, you don't have a monopoly on force anymore. Like, yo, it just doesn't. We're not going this fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Commissioner Ken Hubbardson said in the beginning of the meeting Thursday that the curfew was requested by the sheriff's office, which it felt was necessary because of problems that they're having on the streets with looting. Apparently, they've had some direct problems, Humberson said. After Smith's account of extremist groups in the county, Commissioner Paul Salvis called the information unsettling and urged Bernard to ask Governor Kate Brown to deploy the National Guard to the county. The sheriff's office wouldn't have enough resources alone, Salvis said. I'm fine with the curfew countywide, now more so than I was 15 minutes ago, Salvis said. But for crying out loud, we can't allow a deliberate attack on property and people's lives. Somehow just leave the National Guard out there sitting at home waiting for the call. Commissioner Sonia Fisher suggested holding off on calling the National Guard until Roberts could confirm they were necessary. She later said she was concerned about perceptions of there being a threat. When Commissioner Martha Schrader asked how the sheriff's office had confirmed Antifa's presence in the county, Smith said the information came from the sheriff's office sergeant, but he didn't know the exact source. We'll really have to know that for sure, Schrader said, because it's true, and we don't have another layer. We don't want to have another layer of panic going on out there. And I understand, like, the mentality of where, like, you know, you're trying to keep individuals calm. And I said the same thing about Trump, right? Like, I get your mentality. You don't want people out here overreacting and hunting motherfuckers and shit. You know what I mean? And looking for people, you know what I mean, who are fucking of slim build, right? Right? You know what I mean? The curfew was approved and went into effect that night. It initially covered all of Clackamas County from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., with the exception of first responders and people actively evacuating, but has been since scaled back to areas under level 2 and 3 evacuation orders. Right? Shit. Roberts, in a statement addressing the video of Nikolai, but not Smith's conduct, said the mission of the sheriff's office is to provide calm and safety, especially during the unprecedented times such as these. I expect nothing less of our deputies, and I apologize to all of our community. I mean, yo, look, if you had reports of Antifa, you know what I'm saying, coming in, that dude had every right to say what he said. You know what I mean? He probably, like, yo, with all the shit that's going on in your neck of the woods, like, yo, you wouldn't believe that Antifa was attacking? Like, that would be, like, my first thought. You know what I mean? Was that, like, fucking these left-wing lunatics are lighting my fucking county on fire. It's legit. I know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all Democrats don't want to fucking continue to have this bullshit on your shoulder, but you bred these little slim, and I mean weak bone, frail ass niggas yourself. That's what you made these people. All right, you made these soybean motherfuckers. You gotta fucking reap the motherfucking, you know what I mean, the rewards of it. It is what it is. You reap what you sow. Your chickens are coming home to roost, and now your fucking state's on fire. Bitch all you want to. Anyway, man, yo, look, I'm Tom Peace from Pnoid News. Y'all know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that motherfucking notification bell. Peace.